Let's now invite Mr. Sujith Caldera, the Chief Executive Officer of Commqube Private Limited and Seven Needle Private Limited, who is well-experienced traditional media planner who became a digital media expert to speak on strategic media planning and the media landscape in Sri Lanka. Dear sir, the floor is yours.
Good evening to all of you. Hope I am audible. Yeah. So, first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Densil Pereira for inviting me for this occasion. And it's a great privilege for me having me here to commemorate Professor Philip Kotler birthday. And also, I'm on this stage, I think after 2012. I still remember I presented my first assignment to Professor Dienage. It was on marketing myopia. So after that, again, I goes down the memory lane and still I vividly remember how I had that presentation with my team. Right. So I don't have any videos to show and I don't have any story to tell. It is all about fact presentation about Sri Lankan media landscape. So I think in the beginning of this session, we'll be hearing about how the strategies have been crafted, how the stories has been created, how, all these achievements of the brands, how they have come across to those levels. But today, now I'm going to show you what is the context that we are in terms of media, where the rubber hits the road, where your message can be delivered to the consumers or the target audience. So for that, we have plethora of touch points, and I'm going to give you an update about how these touch points and their reach and what impact those touch points that can create for your brand. Starting with the media landscape in Sri Lanka. Now you can see I'm starting with TV. The TV viewership is actually continuously reducing. And radio listenership also reducing. Print readership also reducing. However, we can see that number of internet users are growing in Sri Lanka. And also, we can see a slight increase in cinema because very recently we have seen that there was a growth in cinema theaters. We got PVR and we got other couple of cinema entertainment halls that has actually pulled the crowd. So not only that, there were some nice movies actually come on board, especially the international movies also come on board. And with that, cinema penetration also has grown in the market. So TV viewership, we have 6.8 million households, and we have out of that 5.6 million households are there with TV sets, and so there is a reach of 12.4 million individuals which we can reach with TV, and 82% own at least a single TV set. And out of that, we have two tiers in TV channels. Actually, you can see Derana, Hiru, Sirasa and Swarnavahini. We call them as actually primary vehicles. Then after that, we have Shakti, ITN, Siyata, and Rupavahini, we call the second tier TV channels. And you can see there is a kind of a duopoly in the market where two channels, which is TV Derana and Hiru TV, they are owning actually nearly 40% of the market share in terms of viewership. So out of the FTA, I think chairman of Derana also mentioned this free-to-air channels. There are 18 free-to-air channels in Sri Lanka. So there's only one channel which is recognized as a news channel, 24 news channel. So viewership is actually driven by the prime time viewership, and whoever who actually dominates the prime time, they are the one who actually called as the number one TV channel. So that is what Mr. Luxury said, the Pareto principle. So Pareto principle, it is 80-20 ratio. 20% of the time, which is actually 7 to 10, that 3 hours is the time that is mostly viewership is happening. So in that time belt, whoever who leads that time belt is the one who actually going to get the share, majority of the share. So he's the one who actually becomes the number one TV play in the Sri Lankan context. So therefore, what we can see is there's a very close battle between Hiru TV and TV Derana for that prime time share, and ultimately become the number one. And most of the rating actually claims TV Derana is the number one at the moment. So if you take the pay TV category, out of the Sri Lankan TV viewership share, you can see 56% is the terrestrial TV, and cable and satellite TV, actually it's 44%. Out of the cable and satellite TV, Dialog TV holds 1.5 million subscribers, and Pure TV holds around 650,000 subscribers. So this pay TV segment also is a very important segment, and mostly the local channels also will be viewed in this pay TV, but we can't undermine that there are some niche players also in the market. If you take Dish TV, and if you take then Sun Direct, likewise, there are some regional players also in the market, specifically proliferating from the Indian market. So radio listenership also, we have major players. Again, we can see FM Derana and Hiru are the number one channels in the Sinhala speaking audience, and English radio, which is Gold FM and Sun FM, and Tamil radio, we can see Suryan and Shakti. So Suryan and Shakti is almost holding around more than 45% viewership, and others actually holding around a very marginal percentage in the radio listenership. So radio, not only actually due to their listenership has gone down, they have also come up with different engagement mechanism for engage with the audience. So one is actually they are giving the audience like activations, they are organizing some events and engagements, and also not only that, now radio is actually coming into the on-air platforms as well. Sometimes you may see that Arapaspara one clip which is actually airing on social media, which is actually a recorded clip of the studio, right? So then only now it is actually now proliferated into the social media space as well. So print readership, the highest is the Irida Lankadipa. Out of the Sinhala publications, we have 100 plus publications in Sri Lanka, and still there is a market for women's tabloid. And if you take English market, it is the Sunday Observer in terms of the readership, and Tamil market, it is the Sunday Veerakesari, which is having the highest readership. So blue colored one has the actually the Sunday publications, weekend publications, and the orange color ones are the daily publications. If you take the daily publications, still the Lankadipa is the highest read newspaper. So cinema is growing. So cinema actually penetration is around 7%, and we have 1.11 million audience in cinema. And cinema, we have a lot of benefits, which is a captive audience that we can cater to, and which is a clutter-free environment that we can actually show the commercial to the people, and which is very a conducive moment because they are very much relaxed. They are maybe with the family, or maybe with a one group, or maybe with a loved one. So they are in a very attentive mode, and they are very much set to actually watch the cinema. So if you can place your commercials in cinema, I think you can actually avoid the skipping behavior, and you can directly actually establish your commercial. So it's a good opportunity that all the brands can explore cinema as a medium. So not only cinema, we have out of homes activations, which is done by agencies and brands. So nowadays, actually, people are very much busy, and they actually finding some time to enjoy So specifically in seasonal period like Christmas and even Aurudu season, we can see lot of activations are there. Even the Vesak, Poson and social artifacts, we can see all the activations are there, and brands are actually directly engaging with these activations. So activation is also one particular vehicle that brands can actually reach to the consumers. So out of home advertising platforms, we have static, we have hoardings, gantries, bus branding, bus shelters, railway, airport, street name boards. And if you take the digital versions, LED, we have the options of cinema, hospitals, salons, shopping malls, office complexes, and gyms as TVs. So we had the Salon TV, one network which is actually covering most of the digital screens in Sri Lanka. So digital media platform. So these are the stats what we can show. You can see 8.2 million audience for Facebook users in Sri Lanka. So the interesting point is this is actually 2/3 of the TV viewership. Now what is happening is Facebook has become another TV channel. Facebook is no more an engagement medium. Facebook is actually a reach medium. So I'm pretty much sure all the mass brands, they actually have Facebook and social media as a one reach vehicle for their commercials. But I doubt about it in terms of the duration of the commercials they are planning to show. But you need shorter duration commercials which are unskippable, that actually you require to establish the message in a piece by piece method. So YouTube also have 1.8 million followers, and TikTok is the highest growth platform, which is around 5.79. So if you take TikTok growth, which is actually around 42% year-on-year growth in TikTok as a platform, which is actually providing video entertainment and highly engaging medium where we have a lot of content creators out there in the market. So this is actually the platform engagement. If you can see that Facebook is the highly engaged platform, which is 83%, followed by YouTube, followed by Instagram, then followed by TikTok. But I am pretty sure that by around next year, TikTok will definitely pass Instagram. So, and also TikTok will reach to the level of YouTube also. So in digital also, I think there will be a situation in next year, you will be allocating 1/3 of the budget to Facebook and YouTube and TikTok, because TikTok is now open with their advertising platform, and TikTok also will become a reach platform rather than an engagement platform. So we also have the data in terms of messaging and content sharing. Messaging and content sharing, we can see WhatsApp is the most preferred one, which 91% out of the internet users, and Facebook newsfeed is 33%, and Messenger is 29%. And we have what are the methods of finding product or brand? Still, actually, search engine marketing comes a lot. So you can see 62% of the people says that they still search out of the internet users. And also there is social also comes to the place where 52% of people still finding brands through social media. Also WhatsApp Business and Facebook Messenger is the ranking in 3rd and 4th. So also online reviews and influencers. We ask about what is the situation with online reviews and influencers, and we can see that 82% actually says that after review or recommended by a friend, they have bought the brand. And also we ask if you bought a brand based on the influencer recommendation, it is around 63%. And mobile app usage, we can see YouTube is the mostly used mobile app with YouTube Premium 31%, Netflix is actually 18%, and Pick.me 12%, and also there is a Spotify and those kind of apps also there in the market. So AI platforms is highly used in the market, and we can see ChatGPT free, which is around 42%, and also Google Gemini is around 26%, right? And also we have influencers and content creators. If you take YouTube content creators, these are the top, I think, 10 people who are in the creative platforms. And we have content creators for TikTok as well. There is actually like Chanuks and also we have Shanudri, both actually replicating in TikTok and the YouTube content creation. So what I wanted to highlight is now when you see, I was a media planner way back in 2006 also. So there I had only 3 channels, which is TV, radio and print. Now, when we are going to do a media plan, we have plethora of touch points, right? So how is my budget allocation? What is the role of each medium? How do I do the efficiency? How do I do the optimization? Now that is the challenge that we have. So what are the key challenges that media planners face in the current context? First one is highly dynamic customer journey. So you may all have studied the customer journey of IDA model, awareness, interest, desire and action, which is a very loop model, one after the other, but that model does not exist at the moment. We are talking about the Google messy middle, where consumer is in the journey of evaluation and elimination, right? One end actually he's bringing things by filtering things to the basket, and one end based on the parameters he's continuously eliminating the things, right? So therefore, what is the customer journey? Now it is actually customer journeys at the forefront. We are talking about the situations about performance marketing. So performance marketing, it is results-based marketing. Not that actually you are merely creating awareness. You are not merely creating a TV schedule. So it is a results-based media planning that we do. So how do we inbuild customer journey into our media planning? That's the one challenge. Second one, from the listed out platforms, you can see the media is highly fragmented. If you take one particular medium, nothing it can do, right? So earlier, when we put a commercial in a prime time, it has the reach of at least 15% in the market. But now it's no more because audience is actually moving out from TV, moving out from print, moving out from radio. And they actually go on for their personalized platforms. They are into Spotify. They are into somewhat the gaming platform. So how do we reach these people? So it is a is a high challenge that we have in front of as media planners. Multi-screen behavior. While watching TV, I'm on my mobile phone also. I'm going to target the person with the TV advertisement, or I'm going to send a WhatsApp message on that time. What is my option at hand? Media trust is fading out. So now people doesn't sometimes believe the media advertisement, specifically in the social context. They don't know whether it's a true ad or as a fake message. Media objectives beyond reach and frequency. Earlier, when we are in a kind of a one-way communication with TV, radio and print, it's all about a one-way communication. Now it's actually, we are having two-way communication, multiple communications with the audience. So audience actually give us the feedback. Earlier it was discussed, we need reach, frequency, and later after the threshold level of achieving the reach frequency, media planners spoke about the impact. So to create the impact, they have created some specific segments inside the current drama, or maybe shuttle branding, brand placements, brand recommendations, or actually they have built the brand into the storyline of the teledrama. That's the maximum that they have done. But now, if you take the media objectives, which is actually multiple set of media objectives, you have app downloads, you have sign-in, you have lead generation campaigns, you have sales campaign, you have traffic campaigns. If you take the social media, bring into that platform, you have multiple objectives. So you have objectives beyond the reach frequency. So what is your brand objective and what is the role of media in terms of achieving this objective? So that's the question that we have in mind. Content creators and content collaborators plays a key role. So I don't have to elaborate that now. even previous slides also, nearly more than 60% of the people have bought something based on the recommendation by some third-party person. Consumer cynicism and ad fatigue. Now ads have become like wallpapers. Maybe one insert, two insert, people are aware about that message. And after that, it has become actually a wallpaper. So now there's a question of, are we still going to invest in time check sponsorships? Because we are telling the time with a branded message for 1 month, and what is the benefit out of it? Isn't that message is ad fatigue? Then infusing AI technology. In the morning, we also discussed this part, and we have a plethora of options of creating short-term messages rather than going for agencies and studios and large-scale productions. We can create messages using AI technology. Highly vulnerable for social media crisis. If a brand is on social media, that means they are actually prone for social media crisis. There will be a person who can bully the brand. Person can actually put some negativity to the brand. You are actually about to get the open criticism from the consumers. So what is your action plan against that? So while you are launching a big media campaign on social media, be ready for that criticism as well. Ad avoidance. Earlier, if you take a TV commercial, we have the switching remote at the hand. What we do is actually, if there's a commercial, we actually switch to another channel. But apparently, at that channel also, we see the same commercial. So in the TV planning, actually, no one will miss out it. But in social media, people have the liberty of skipping your advertisement. So how do you hook into your advertisement? So that's the one challenge that you have. And last one, what is the efficient budget allocation? Considering all these points, how are you going to allocate the budget efficiently, which will drive your desired objectives? So how to solve? So highly dynamic customer journey. So our suggestion is actually map your customer journey using Google Analytics. You can actually use the attribution model, or you can actually use meta pixels, which will track or which will attribute what is the journey that customer is currently in. So therefore, first you have to map the journey and you have to measure the journey as well. So then only you know actually customer is actually passing from one journey to the other. Highly fragmented media landscape. Build cross-functional campaigns. You have to include TV, you have to include social media, and you have to include other platforms as well if you are in the focus of reach and awareness. But if you are into sales, if you are into driving traffic, you have channels which are actually dedicated for that. So please use cross-functional media channels or media platforms in the media plan. Then multi-screen behavior and no unified measurements. I think this is still not in practice. What we can do is actually we can do media mix modeling. So media mix modeling actually shows you what is the base vehicle and what are the incremental vehicles. So this actually can be done after some time it is executed only. So our solution for this is actually going for media mix modeling. Then training the media trust, we have to partner with credible sources. Sometimes we need to bring doctor endorsements, sometimes we need to bring social figures, so known social media figures, maybe banking, education campaigns. We actually currently see this trend. There is always a messenger who knows you, who actually come as a friend of yours in order to spell out the message. Then media objectives beyond the reach and frequency. So blend branding with performance matrix, maybe ROI, return on ad spend, maybe CTR, click-through rate. So what is my objective, right? So all these objectives has to be cascaded into the KPIs in your media plan. So content creators and content collaborators. So we need to integrate influencers into the media channels, media strategy. So therefore, agency's role is actually consider influencers as another channel, treat them as another channel. So you have to specifically treat them, you have a pool of influencers who are readily available for that particular message to be carried out. Because some of the influencers actually specifically based on the one particular area, they are called actually nano influencers. We have micro influencers, we have macro influencers, and we have celebrity influencers also. So there are 4 categories of influencers. So which category of influencers which is required to carry your message? Consumer cynicism and fatigue. Use emotional storytelling, because otherwise, you will be fading out from the market very quickly. If you have an emotional storytelling, there will be a somewhat hook that is guaranteed. But not always you can carry emotional storytelling, because if it is a promotion, I'm pretty much sure the discount will be the key message. So infusing AI technology, start with accessible media tools like Meta Advantage and Canva AI. So these are freely available tools you can use for short-term message creation rather than going for some heavy equipment product shoots. So vulnerability to the social media crisis. So your suggestion is to actually create a listening tools. So as when you are subscribing to the social media agency, you have to check with the agency, are you equipped with the social media listening platforms as well? How many keywords that you are listening, and what is the social media listening post that agency has set up on behalf of the brand? So which is very much required, because otherwise one end you will be creating awareness and reputation, but other way it was kind of a leaking bucket that which is unknown, and because your brand image is fading out from a one person's message, which is actually now proliferating into other people as well. Ad avoidance. So invest in native content. So you don't miss out the Red Bull content. Red Bull is a brand which has actually come to the forefront with content creation. So they are into extreme sports, and their content is actually highly watched. Sometimes they are actually landing from a helicopter, sometimes jumping from the sky, something is there. But in that content, they never say that buy Red Bull. In that content, they never say that Red Bull gives you wing. So it's a subliminal approach that actually, due to these extreme sports sponsorships, you will actually realize that this is a brand of energy. If you want to actually do an assignment in the night, sometimes you will take 2 Red Bull cans, right? But in the commercial only, you will see that, okay, Red Bull gives you message, gives you wings that message. So it is always recommended to create branded entertainment. Now, market is not into advertising, it is actually into entertainment. What entertainment that is provided in that? Even the whatever the commercial actually that has that entertainment part into it. You have the circles, the water, right? So efficient budget allocation, pilot testing of scale-based ROI. Sometimes you have to first launch the brand campaign in a very small way, and you can do the A/B testing in terms of what commercial is working. Then only you can, after that, you have to scale up the brand to the full launch campaign. And also you can create some media dashboards with KPI monitoring in terms of weekly basis, monthly basis, and even the quarterly basis. So these are the ways and means that you can consider in terms of improving your media plan efficiency and effectiveness. So these are the 11 points that I can discuss today. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you so much. And also I have to thank University of Kelaniya, and also I need to thank Group M as the agency who provide me this data. And this data is actually taken from Kanta reports, and that was compiled by Group M. And also this data, the digital media data, was taken by Digital Media Outlook 2025, which is an extensive research done by Kelaniya University and Asia Pacific Institute of Digital Marketing, APIDM. And their data was the one that I have presented here today. So I would like to give the relevant gratitude to them as well. So thank you so much. Have a pleasant evening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful address. I now invite Professor Nalina Besekara and Mr. Denzel Pereira to stage to present the token of appreciation.